Mossad deadliest women, Sylvia Raphael and Catherine Shaddam, spies who seduced nations. In the world of nuclear standoff, proxy wars, digital surveillance, the deadliest weapon is not a missile. It's a woman with conviction, with beauty, with silence or faith. They do not carry bombs, they carry secrets. They do not fight from bunkers, they infiltrate from bedrooms, mosques, and media outlets. This is not Jason Bourne, and this is not 007. This is Mossad, and tonight we expose the two deadliest women to ever serve its cause. One vanished in South Africa, the other disappeared after bombing Iran with information. This is Global Affairs Tonight. This is Mr. Bravo, and you are about to see how revolution fall from within. Sylvia Raphael, the ghost with the camera. Sylvia Raphael was born in 1937 in South Africa to a Jewish Norwegian family. She looks like a teacher, calm, reserved, soft-spoken, but Mossad did not see a teacher. They saw a weapon. She was fluent in multiple languages, a brilliant leader of people, and most importantly, invisible. In 1960, Mossad recruited her. She trained in philosophy, tailing targets, fake identifications, and psychological seduction. Her cover, a foreign photojournalist, her mission: track, document, and guide assassinations. Her nickname: the Ghost. She never raised suspicious, she only raised questions, just enough to get invited closer. Every photo she took could be someone's death sentence. Operation Wrath of God. In 1972 Munich Olympics, 11 Israeli athletes were murdered by Palestinians. Israel does not issue warning, it issues vengeance. Golda Meir launched Operation Wealth of God, a covert assassination campaign targeting Black September operatives around the world. Sylvia was sent to track them. She watched them in cafes, photographed them in hotels, dances with them in bars, and sometimes spent the night. She used charm and strategy to get clues, and once confirmed, Mossad sent it the hit teams. Each target was dead within days. A kiss on the cheek, then a bullet through the skull. This was Mossad's revenge, and Sylvia was its eyes. The Lillehammer's mistake, but even Ghost makes mistakes. 1973, Norway. Sylvia is a part of a Mossad cell tracking Ali Hassan Salameh, mastermind of Munich. They find a man who fits the profile and a Moroccan waiter. He is killed. He is innocent. The world exploded in outrage. Norwegian police arrested the team. Sylvia is caught. She refused to talk. No names, no contacts, no betrayal. She is sentenced, imprisoned. She released. She vanished to South Africa, living under another name, quite untouchable. Even in handcuffs, she was more loyal than man with medals. But from silence to faith. If Sylvia was silent, Catherine Shaddam was fire. She did not wear a camera. She wore a hijab. She did not flirt with soldiers. She seduced an entire regime. This is the story of Mossad's most shocking ideological weapon. Catherine Shaddam, the faithful impostor. Born in France to a secular Jewish family. Her grandfather fought for Israel in 1948, but Catherine took a darker path. In her 20s, she converted to Sunni Islam, then to Shia Islam. She married a Yemeni Muslim, adopted a veil, learned Farsi, and began publishing Islamic commentary under a false identity. Iran loved her. They called her the rare Western woman who understands the revolution. She wrote in Tasnim, News, Meher, and Mashra. Even Humanai.ir, the Supreme Leader's own site, She photographs shrine, interviewed Raisi, walked with wives of IRGC commanders, slept, some say, with men holding state secrets. Temporary marriage gave her cover. Ideological submission gave her access. She became Iran's trophy and Mossad's mole. June 13, 2025, the strike that changed everything. June 13, Israeli jets flattened IRGC safe houses in Asfan and Mashhad. Senior Quds forces officials vaporized. GPS coordinates, time schedules, hidden bunkers, every target precise. Every strike devastating. Iranian intelligence is stunned. Their conclusion, the intel came from inside. They blamed Catherine Sheikhdom. Flew to Dubai, disappeared. Mossad silent. MI6 silent. Iran furious. Her face now plastered Tehran's billboards, labeled Mukhbar, spy to Iran. She was not just a traitor, she was a cursed, wrapped in a chador. The blog that broke Iran. In 2022, Catherine broke her silence on her blog in English. She renounced Islam, reclaimed her Jewish identity, said that Islamic Republic was rotten, misogynistic, and spiritually bankrupt. She confessed they thought I was one of them. I was never one of them. She had played the regime like a villain, wore their beliefs, echoed their slogans, then rip off the mask. The Islamic world wept. Israel watched and Mossad smiled. The weaponization of womanhood. Salvia Rafal used silence, Kathleen Sheikhdom used the Quran. Both were weapons, both were ideas, both were unforgettable. In the 21st century, the most dangerous spies do not carry guns. They carry faith, identity, and a perfect lie. Where drones cannot fly, they walk. Where satellite cannot see, they smile. Where men raise suspicions, they are invited in. This is how Mossad fights wars without even pulling a trigger. The final truth. One died quietly in South Africa, the other vanished after setting Iran on fire from the inside. But their legacy is louder than any bomb. They do not just seduce men, they seduce governments, ideologies, nations. So, next time you hear a revolution, a betrayal, a war, do not just look at the journals. Look at the women behind their curtains. This is Mr. Babo. This is Global Affairs Tonight, where espionage meets exposure and where silence is never what it seems. Subscribe, share, and ask yourself, who is watching you while you are watching us? Stay tuned, stay engaged, stay awake. Good night.